Hi everyone, this is Mr Neel Raithatha, also known as the Wax Whisperer. Thank you for tuning in to my latest video. This is of a patient who attended with blocked ears on both sides. They had really occluding, dry-ish earwax, which makes a change recently in clinic. I've had a lot of patients, including today actually, who attended with really wet and loose earwax. And this wax was a bit firmer, which means I could remove it in larger chunks. And we're just commencing with the left ear. I'm just using the Zollner suction probe, and what I'm doing, I'm trying to go underneath the plug of wax, trying to detach it in the first instance from the base of the ear canal. And as you can see now, I'm detaching it from the roof of the ear canal. And once we've immobilised this wax, we can then slowly bring it forwards. So I've got a good suction grip here, and you can see those little wriggle movements I'm making, which just helps to detach it from the canal walls. And that's the first plug of wax, which is quite a substantive piece. You can see there's still quite a lot of wax in there. The ear packed a lot more wax than I believed it was able to when I first examined it, because the patient's ear wasn't the largest ear canal. I wouldn't say it's the narrowest either. And there's another plug of wax. You can see how as the wax gets deeper in the ear, it becomes darker, and that's because the wax is oxidized. So the longer the wax has been in the ear, it turns from a light brown coloury substance to a more darkish brown, almost black in colour appearance. And that's the patient's eardrum, lovely healthy eardrum, just a bit of dry skin at the roof of the ear canal. I'm just going to mop up near the entrance very, very quickly. There's some sticky wax that was coating the canal wall as I removed the wax. A bit of flake of dead skin near the entrance, and I'm just going to go back in just at the roof, just quickly to see if I can suction the skin. If it comes off easily, great. If not, we'll just leave it there. It's not going to cause any great bother, but it did remove. And that's a lovely healthy eardrum there. And onto the same patient's right. You can see a bit of dry skin flakes at the entrance. This impaction was a bit more difficult to remove. And similarly to the left ear, I'm just trying to get a suction grip now. Because this is a lot more drier, it's a bit more difficult to get a suction grip in the first instance anyway. It's almost as though this outer layer of wax, there's a crust formed, possibly because it's obviously more towards the entrance, and that crustiness on the outside, it prevents sometimes getting a suction grip, whereas the core of the wax is a bit softer. So I'm just using a hook, and I've glided it at the roof of the ear canal before rotating it clockwise. So the tip of the hook embeds into the plug of wax. And as you saw, the hook just sliced through the plug of wax. It didn't extract it, but not all is lost, because just by breaking up the wax and slicing through it, it does then facilitate the suctioning of the wax. And you can see I've just managed to get a suction grip in. I'm wriggling this wax. I'm bringing it now off the posterior canal wall, so the back part of the ear canal. I'm trying to get a suction grip on more the softer part of the wax as opposed to the crusty bit. So you can see at the bottom, that's the crusty, the bright yellow coating that's enveloped the plug as well. That's what I was initially making contact with. I've just gone a bit higher up. And I'm slowly but surely bringing it forwards. You can see all the hairs. That means we're near the entrance. So that's the first plug of wax. Just going to go back in. So this is a bit more medial, a bit deeper in the ear. And now I'm just wriggling it off the anterior canal wall, so the front part of the ear canal. I've got a good suction grip. You can see this plug of wax is a bit darker than the original plug that I removed, so it's been there longer. It's oxidised. You can see there's a few hairs that are matted now. You'll see a couple of loose hairs deep in the ear once I removed this plug of wax, which I did manage to remove using forceps. So just delicately now, because we're quite deep in the ear, don't want to push this plug of wax further in with the suction probe, so I'm just hovering over and allowing the wax to get suctioned up from the tip of the tube. See a couple of hairs, we could leave that in there, but they're kind of off the eardrum, so I'm just going to use some forceps, some micro-jaw forceps. I'm going to go in a horizontal plane, so the jaws are at 9 and 3 o'clock as opposed to 12 and 6 o'clock. And just extracted the 2 loose hairs. Again, I'm just going to mop up around the edge, a nice healthy eardrum once more. You can see the curvature of this patient's ear canal. It goes to the left and then back round to the right, so it's quite a twisty ear. It's also quite narrow. And we're happy with that. And you'll see a still image of all the plugs of wax that are removed. So it's quite a substantive haul. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys, and you're all keeping well and safe. Stay tuned. I've got loads of good videos to upload in the next few days and few weeks, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Take care. Bye.